If you grew up in South Florida in the 80s or 90s, you might remember a small family entertainment center called Dandy Bear. It was like Chuck E. Cheese, but smaller, quieter, and stranger. For many kids, it was a place of joy and celebration. But for the employees who worked behind the curtains, Dandy Bear was something else entirely. This is the story of why the Animatronics were taken down and why the Funday Band never played again. The restaurant was famous for its cast of singing machines known as Dandy Bear's Funday Band. The leader was Dandy Bear, a tall brown bear with a wide smile. Leo the lion stood beside him, a trumpet pressed against his mouth. Barney the beagle played the guitar, his teeth oddly human-like. Tutu the elephant pounded on drums that shook the room, and Foxy Flanagan sat at the piano, smiling in a way that never felt safe. When the band performed on stage, the children cheered, but anyone who worked there long enough noticed details that never felt right. Their eyes seemed to track people. Even when the show had ended, their mouths opened just a little wider than they should have, and sometimes the machines appeared to breathe. Parents heard stories from their kids after birthday parties. Children claimed the animatronics whispered their names. One girl said Dandy Bear bent down and asked her where she lived. A boy swore Leo the lion stepped off stage and touched his shoulder. The staff dismissed it as imagination until they saw things for themselves. An employee from the Kendall location remembered sweeping the floor late at night. The stage was powered down, the cords were pulled from the wall, but he heard it, the slow, heavy sound of footsteps coming from the stage. When he looked up, Dandy Bear was walking toward him, one step at a time, eyes glowing in the dark. The worker ran out and never came back. Stories like this became common. Tutu's drumsticks tapping when no one was inside. Barney's guitar strings plucking by themselves. Foxy's piano playing single notes in the silence of closing hours. The machines were not just machines anymore. They were moving, thinking, walking. Then came the accidents. A child vanished during a birthday party. Witnesses said he crawled near the stage curtain and never came back out. Police searched the entire building but found nothing. Another time, a technician was repairing Tutu when the elephant's arm came down and crushed his hand. The power was off, yet the machine moved like it was alive. Parents captured footage at parties where Foxy's eyes turned red. The video cuts to static as children start screaming. These incidents were never explained. By the mid-90s, the reputation of Dandy Bear collapsed. Parents pulled their kids away. Employees quit mid-shift. Whole parties demanded refunds after terrifying malfunctions. The company claimed financial struggles, but everyone close to the business knew the truth. The animatronics were walking on their own after hours. Staff locking up at night would hear footsteps across the tile. Some said they saw the band off stage, wandering the restaurant like restless spirits. In 2003, a tape appeared online labeled The Last Fun Day. It showed the final performance of the Funday Band. At first it looked normal, then the music warped. Tutu's drumming became like a human heartbeat. Barney's guitar strings snapped one by one. Leo dropped his trumpet, but the speakers still blared with static. The camera shook, as if the person holding it was terrified. And then, the bear climbed off the stage. He walked like a man, not a machine. His head turned all the way around. His jaw clicked open and shut like broken teeth. The children screamed, but the sound was muffled, like the tape itself was choking. The video ended with Dandy Bear walking directly toward the camera, and then nothing but static. After that, the Funday Band was dismantled. The restaurants were shut down. The animatronics were supposedly destroyed, but some say parts were sold. Some say the heads still exist in storage units across Miami, and some believe they were never destroyed at all. Locals tell one more story. If you stand near the old Kendall building at night, you will hear faint carnival music. Sometimes you will hear the sound of footsteps across tile. And sometimes, if you are very unlucky, you will hear a voice whisper the old slogan, "Every day is Family Fun Day." If you hear it, do not answer, because it is not a memory, it is a call.